gosh, I got him! Oh my gosh, I got him! Oh. Good morning, folks, and happy Tuesday. So we totally screwed up last night, and we did not set an alarm, so obviously we overslept. By the time we had woken up, we could have hopped up and literally just ran out the door and made it to practice, ate no breakfast, drank no coffee, and just sprinted out the door. But we saw a message on our phone, so we checked it, and it was the organizers for the tournament in which we were supposed to be doing this weekend. And they're like, hey, we're canceling. We just had another team pull out, so yeah. So my butt answered, said, okay, that blows, but it is what it is, nothing you can do about it. I rolled back over, I went back to sleep, and now we are back up to get some breakfast in us, a little bit of coffee in us, and hit the road to go get stronger today than we were yesterday. I figured since the tournament got canceled, we might as well just take this freaking morning off. It's like a sign. Hey, take the morning off. You're not competing this weekend. So I figured we would rest up a little bit and then go hit a lift here in a bit. And that's what we're doing now. About to go hit this lift. I mean, once we get some food in our bellies and some coffee in our veins, then we will go knock out this lift. So in like 20-30 minutes, we'll go knock it out. Well, breakfast went great, but I figured since we're around town and we're on our time today, we might as well ride in all blue. Why freaking not? We haven't driven this thing in probably like a month, honestly. Probably been a solid month since we rode in all blue. So we're warming her up right now, and we're gonna head to go knock out this lift. Then we're gonna come home, and I don't know what we're gonna do. Might take a nap, might just sit and play video games, may just sit down and do nothing. I don't know. But first, we've got to go knock out this lift, go get stronger today than we were yesterday. You know, folks, I'm a little bummed out. If you really want to know the truth, why I just rolled back over and went to sleep once I realized that I was not going to make it to practice, or make it to my lift and then make it to practice. And I just decided to stay home and sleep in. So I'm kind of freaking bummed out. That 3v3, I was really looking forward to. It seemed like a really cool event, but it's not gonna happen now. So I rolled over and I went back to sleep because I'm kind of pissed off about it. But there's nothing that we can do about it. It's people back out, pull out, and started with 3-4 teams. Now it has no teams. We're the last team standing. There's nothing we can do about it. It sucks, but it is part of life. So I just rolled back over, went to sleep, woke back up, and I guess we can't sulk on it all day. We sulked on it for about an hour and two. Now we're gonna go get back to work because we still have another match with those UFC vets on it, and then we got a fight coming up. So I can't dwell on it forever. So let's go cruising Old Blue, go get stronger today than we were yesterday. Old Blue's been warming up for about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. So since I hadn't driven her in a bit, I figured I would, you know, let her at least warm up, not just hop in, rev her up, and pull out. So she's been warming up. Let's get on in here and cruising Old Blue. Well, we have made it to the gym to knock out this lift to get stronger today than we were yesterday. And, good news, folks. Even after sitting for like a solid month, Old Blue is riding like a freaking champ. So, I guess we finally fixed that power steering leak and the other thousands of things that have went wrong on this thing. But it is a 65 freaking Mustang. What do I expect? It's gonna have some issues. It's gonna need some fixing. It's gonna need some tinkering. So seems like we got it fixed this time. I say that now, and when I walk out here, there's probably gonna be something wrong with it. Shouldn't have spoke. Well, until the next time something goes wrong with it, it's doing well right now. So that's good. Good news. But let's get in here. Let's knock out this lift. Now let's get our butts home. See where the rest of this day may take us until we've got to go get better today than we were yesterday. Alrighty, folks. Lift complete. And I have no idea why, but today's lift was difficult as can be. It was like I felt deflated. The same weights in which I would traditionally do just felt heavier than it traditionally does. I don't know why either. Cause we were nice and energized when we got here, ready to go knock out this lift. Maybe it's being bummed out by the 3v3. It could be the rain that was seeping in. It could just be today is just not our day in the lifting category. Either way, we pushed through the feeling of the lift absolutely sucking and us not being able to move the same amount of weight as we traditionally do. And made it a great lift. Like, I mean, by the time I left, I was pouring sweat and like quite literally shaking. Like my calves were shaking, my arms were shaking, and it wasn't like the skeleton itself, it was like the muscle was, it was weird. It happens sometimes. Like when I push myself too hard, I'll like start shaking. I think it's the shooting of the nervous system. I think like your nervous system gets shot after repetitive reps of heavy weight. It could just be fatigue, because you do shake from fatigue too, but I think it's the nervous system being shot, because right now I'm still shaking. I'm like giving everything in my power to keep my muscles from continuously firing. I could be a little dehydrated. I do have a little bit of a dry mouth that could contribute to the oh, my apologies, folks. That could contribute to the lackluster lift that we had. But either way, we ended up making it a great lift. Except for, you know, I ain't no Joey Swole, so I'm not gonna even try to compare myself to. But I will say that there's no need to be a douchebag at the gym. If someone walks up to you and they're like, "Hey, are you using this?" You don't have to like throw your hand at them like, "Oh, whatever," and just walk away. I mean, yeah, I ended up using it because, I mean, if you're gonna act like a big baby, I'm gonna use the weight. I mean, the machine, the cable, but there was just no need for it. You could just be like, "Yeah, bro, I'm using it," or "No, homie, I'm not using it," or "Yeah, I am, but it's all yours. I'm using this one right here too." So I can just look the other way and do the same exact exercise that I'm doing right there. Because he was doing cable curls, and he was doing one arm at a time, and he got mad because I asked if I could use the cable, in which he wasn't using at the time for his cable curls. Sometimes people just have no gym etiquette, no etiquette in general. Like, I wasn't trying to be an asshole. I mean, I was supersetting my stuff too. So if, like, while you weren't using it, could I use it? I would put it back to where it was, and then I'd go knock out my next set of stuff. But nope. Doesn't even say anything, just grunts, throws his hands up, and walks off. I was like, okay, I guess I'm using it. Lack of communication gets your stuff taken. So probably wasn't the best thing for me to do. I could have just walked away, but I'm a little petty sometimes, just who I am. Try not to be, but I am. But folks, this rain is starting to pick up, and I don't want to have old Blue out in the rain, so I guess let's get our butts home, get old Blue back up, and hang out until we got to go get better today than we were yesterday. I am sure glad that windshield wiper technology has improved in the past 50 years, because these windshield wipers absolutely freaking suck. Alrighty, we have made it home safely, and that was a nice ride in old Blue. I mean, except for the part where it started raining on us, and honestly, that thing sucks to drive in the rain. The wipers just aren't, they don't get the water off like today's vehicles, and well, if you're not careful, the tires will slide out from under you, and it's not the most fun to drive in the rain, but it was still a nice cruise in old Blue. And folks, every time I get in that thing and I get the opportunity to go and drive it, I always just remember back to being a kid and my brother and I being like, oh, asking my grandfather if we could ever get that thing running again, and all the things we were gonna do with it and where we were gonna drive it, how we were gonna drive it. Oh. And I'm just so blessed that I had the opportunity to eventually get it running again and ride in it, and not only get it running again, but get it running with my grandfather again and be able to ride in it with him, being able to listen to all of his stories in which he tells of him driving in it, you know? It's just that thing means the freaking world to me. Literally the world to me. And I'm just, every time I get in it, it just shoots me back to my freaking childhood. And then, of course, the memories I have of now fixing it up and getting it running with my grandfather. I guess I say that to tell you to, you know, I think Cody Johnson has a song about it, Till You Can't. Make sure you slow down a little bit sometimes in life and take the opportunities to do the things that you love to with your loved ones. Like, for example, me and my grandfather have always had a passion for classic cars. I've gotten the passion from him. And so I still go to car shows with him. I still try to work on the car with him. I still try to do all those things with him, because I know one day I'm not going to have the opportunity to be able to do that with him. But folks, we made it here and we have about 3-ish hours until we've got to go get better today than we were yesterday, because the only kid who is in town, who is competing, he's not feeling well today, so he's not going to be able to make it to practice. So we're just going to go ahead and cancel today's comp practice, because there's just not going to be anyone who's going to be able to make it. So with that being said, I guess we are going to we were going to go inside and play some games, but JB is sleeping and she has to be up in like an hour to go freaking make people feel better today than they did yesterday. So I guess I'm just going to go inside and I might watch a YouTube video, just kind of kick it for a little bit, try to be as silent as I can until we have to head back out the door to go get better today than we were yesterday, or go grab a bite to eat with JB, whichever one ends up coming first. Alrighty, folks, we are back out of the house, headed to go get better today than we were yesterday, after giving it our best shot to not wake JB up. We just went inside. We didn't really take a nap. We just kind of sat there and watched police cam videos, because I don't know why, for some reason recently, that has been my favorite thing to watch, because people are complete morons when interacting with the police. Like, it is hilarious. It just, that shit right there, that'll crack you up. If you ever just don't know what to watch, just put on police cam body footage. You could be entertained for hours. But, folks, I guess this is enough relaxing for the day. Let's go ahead and head on across the state of Georgia to get better today than we were yesterday. Sorry. Cookies is laying right here all cute, so I had to give her a little love before I scooted on out of here. Like, just look at that kitty. How could you not want to give it lovin's? And then the baby, wondering why mama gets more lovin's. What? We got to go, Cookies. I'll catch you later, alright, homie? Fist bump? No? Alrighty. I'll catch you in a bit, dude. You behave. You keep these babies under control, okay? Well, let's get out of here, folks. Let's go battle this Atlanta traffic, because last time I checked, we got like an hour-and-a-half ride, so let's get on it. Well, surprisingly, we made it on time. Not only did we make it on time, but we made it in enough time to get in there and get some bag work in before the start of class. So let's get in here, let's knock out a little bag work, and then let's get better today than we were yesterday. A little bit of bag work, a little bit of MMA work, and then some striking. Now, time to sprint on next door and get a little bit of jits in and call it a freaking night, folks. Well, a night of getting better tonight than we were last night. Complete. And good news is we are nice and clean, so we can just get straight home, grub down, and most likely get on the games. Most likely. But we will see. We'll see how we feel once we get home after we grub down. See how late it really is. And then determine. But, folks, when you're sparring, when you're rolling, when you're doing things like that, it is not an ego game. It is a getting better kind of game. We're not trying to kill each other. My goodness gracious. I don't know why people just can't seem to understand that. You touch them one time, and then they got to come back 7 times harder. Then you touch them again, and then they come back 7 times harder. Then you correct them, and then they still do it. Then you correct them again, and they do it again and again. And then eventually it's like you've left me with no choice but to pick up the pace. So we pick up the pace. Like, goodness gracious. I just don't see why people can't understand it. Like, volume and intensity over power. And sniping each other. Like, sheesh. That junk gets so annoying. But it is what it is. You kind of have to, I guess, in the field that we're in, we just kind of have to expect it. Sometimes we have to be willing to put it back on them if it gets to there. And which, most of the time, people, once you say, hey, let's turn it down a little bit, they stop. And we did a better job of that today. But one guy picked up the pace a little too hard. And I asked him multiple times, hey, let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. So eventually, I picked up the pace myself. And we were going to do 5 rounds, and we ended up doing 2 rounds. And he went home, and he just seemed very, very, very upset. Which made me upset, because I don't ever want to just hurt somebody. Not a training partner, of course. So, I hope that he's okay. I bet it's just his feelings were hurt. I never really hit him too hard. I just really picked up the pace. Just started going, instead of, because I would step in and he would throw the hardest jab cross that he could. So, instead of starting to throw bombs at him, I just started touching him a million freaking times. As many times as I possibly could in a round. And then, of course, I think he just got his feelings hurt a little bit. But I never want to hurt someone's feelings either. Except on Call of Duty. So, it is what it is. We asked him to stop nicely. And then he didn't. Not saying that, like, I'm going to be that guy who just teaches them a lesson. That's not at all what that was. I was just, at that point, we're just now having to protect ourselves. We still have 2 minutes left in this round, and you've hit me with an overhand from hell. Now we've got to survive this round. So we just started touching him up. Head movement, moving, and just not letting him touch us for anything. Because, like, when I spar, I try to do a little give and take. I'll give him a little bit, let him hit me a little bit, then I'll hit them back a little bit, then I'll let them hit me a little bit, so on and so forth. But some people are not down for that. They do not want to be hit, and once you touch them, they're going to freaking hammer you. And that's what this guy tried to do. So we had to let him make sure that he didn't touch us again. But, folks, let's get home so that we can hop on some games, most likely. Catch a few dubs, maybe heckle a few people. Who knows? Who freaking knows? But it started to rain on us, so I guess let's, like I said, boogie on out of here and try to get home as quickly, but as safely as we can. Well, dang it, I hate when this shit happens. I have 39 miles until empty, and we have a 41-mile drive home. So I guess we have to stop and get gas. Wish we would have had 50 miles until empty, so that we could grab gas in the morning, but it is what it is. I just find getting gas is like the most freaking tedious, boring task ever. I need to get a Tesla or an electric vehicle. But at this point, we're just kind of bitching, honestly. Getting gas isn't that terrible. It's just when you're ready to get home, grub down and hop on the games, and you gotta stop and get gas. Waste another 10 minutes. Sucks. But getting gas is just part of life when you own a vehicle. So I guess let's find a gas station, fuel up, and get home. Well, good news. We got the car all juiced up and made it home at a decent-ish hour. I guess 11 o'clock is a decent-ish hour. I guess let's take our butts inside, grub down, and as quickly as we can and hop on the games, because as soon as we were freaking pulling in, our buddy Marco hit us up and he was like, "Hey, bro, you home yet?" I was like, "I'm pulling in right now." He's like, "Are we gonna play Fortnite?" I was like, "I was gonna play Call of Duty." He was like, "Come on, bro. Play Fortnite with me." So, I guess let's run inside and let's grub down and hop on some Fort. But folks, before I run inside and I hop on some Fort, you know, I am the first one to tell you, grind, 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 grind. But I also will tell you, find just a little time to make everlasting memories with the people who mean the most to you. I got that hard reminder today when we hopped in all blue and we started cruising, and the memories just started flooding in from the ones of me and my brother tinkering around with stuff, or in the barn while my grandfather tinkered around with stuff, because we weren't tinkering with shit. We were just annoying him, honestly. To the whole entire process of me and him rebuilding the Mustang, to the car shows in which we have been to over the years. I mean, the list just goes on of the memories that will forever be with us. And like I said, I'll be the first one to tell you to grind, 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 grind. If your family really loves you, they'll understand, right? Blah, 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 this and that. But every now and then, take a little time to make those everlasting memories. Sometimes I wish I would take a little bit more time to make everlasting memories with them. With JB, with my grandfather, with my sister, with my mom, with all those people. Because you never know when that time may be up. That's all I really want to say. But other than the freaking 3v3 being canceled today was a pretty decent day. I mean, I wish I would have went and gotten better today than we were yesterday, but I was a little bummed out about the whole freaking 3v3 situation. So I guess something on the inside knew, hey, don't set an alarm for this morning. Just wake up when you are ready. Because we totally did not mean to set an alarm. And we just didn't set an alarm. Then we woke up. It was too late to make it to our lift and all that stuff. We would have had to been sprinting out the door and sprinting to practice. But then I checked and saw that the 3v3 was canceled. So I just rolled back over and went back to sleep because I got demotivated a little bit. Not the answer, but it is what we did. We were a little baby about it because it was something we were interested in. We were really excited to make some more everlasting memories with some friends and family and JB and all the people at the gym, you know. Because fighting and martial arts and combat sports, I mean, I make everlasting memories every day. But every now and then I do need to slow down and make some everlasting memories with our loved ones as well. But before it gets too late, I guess let's shut up. Let's go inside. Let's grub down. Let's spend a little time with the pup. And then let's hop on some Fort, folks. I hope to see y'all there. Let's make sure as soon as I hit stop on this, we set an alarm so that we can get up bright and early in the morning to go get better tomorrow than we were today. So, again, hope to see y'all on the Fort. Until then, good night, folks, and BillyGoat loves ya.